All right, Shalom.
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 All right, first and foremost, we have to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Hashem,
Yahushai, Ba'ashem.
Yahushai,
Yahushai, Ba'ashem,
Hashem,
Ruach HaKodesh.
Rakadash.
All right, I give double honors and respect to our apostles and elders and the bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. Please, peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, both elect and 1/3. All right, your brother Salah.
Yo, what's up?
Barak.
All right, and before we begin the video, I just like to apologize. Salaki, if I haven't been posting, I've been really busy at work, man. As the job I work at, peak season is rising up, and and the hours are getting longer. So so I had to like dial back a little bit and get some rest. Because I'm on the road. I want to be safe out there. So I like to say, Salaki to your brothers, but we gotta keep pushing the word, because that is our job in this truth is to push the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, through the Ruach Hakodesh, from what we are given, right? And this video, we're basically gonna recap with everything that's happened, man. Basically like World War III is literally about to break out, man. You've seen what happened, man. Is like Israel basically attacked Iran, like they're sending these nuclear missiles and everything, man. We are at the cusp of Armageddon, Mahatman Waganwan, man. Yahweh's judgment, we're close. So we're gonna open up with this precept, right? All right, so we're going to open up with the book of Romans, chapter 13, starting at verse 11. And it says here, and that, knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. For the night is far spent, and the day is at hand. Let us cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in day, and not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. And yeah, man, and what do you see happening right now, man? You see these fucking riots out there. They rioting because Caesar Nero, aka DJT, man, he's basically illegally and unconstitutionally detaining, quote unquote, illegal immigrants. Really, he's detaining Issachar and Gad, unconstitutionally, even though some of them are what's it called, like U.S. citizens, and deporting them back, right? But from what I heard from Elder Apostle Tahar, right, is that like Trump, man, he would send these people to like bowling alleys, and like restaurants, and like detain like these Issacharites, right? Some of these Northern Kingdom brothers, right, and sisters, and he would send them off to like internment camps or whatever, right? But then a few days later, or not even or like not even very long after, like the store manager would file a complaint, saying that, hey, like they got shut down their business. Why? Because no one's working these 12-hour shifts, right? And he said, like, Judah, like, or the Southern Kingdom, they not gonna work these 12-hour shifts is because they're not built like that, man. Issachar's built like that. And the scripture says he's an ass crouched between two burdens, right? Issachar's strong, man. Like Judah, they're strong, but they don't have that, like, endurance, like what Issachar has when it comes to, like, work and stuff like that.
That tenacity.
That's what the Lord blessed them with, man.
And brother, I was even seeing some shit going on. The Cuban man in Florida. Cuba. It's the moment you hit this country, if you're a Cuban, you become a citizen. And there was a video about this guy going out to throw out trash, and he had a work truck that was his own. ICE took him, and his wife said he's been missing for 2 weeks. She hasn't heard from him. The CCTV caught the video. This is like crazy. They even taken Manasseh and these other, they're just doing whatever they want at this point.
Yeah, man. Like Caesar Nero, aka Trump, man. He wants his violence to go down. He wants the people, to start rioting. That's why they have, like, these bricks in every major city right, is because like he wants to instill that martial law. He wants to enact martial law, or or I forgot what it was called. But basically, he wants to activate these militarized police troops, right. So eventually he could roll out that MOTB, right, because he knows that the economy is collapsing, right. Because let me tell you something right now, like like here from this picture from the Global Impulse, right. It says here China invests in its infrastructure and U.S. invest in its war, right. And that basically goes to show you that there's no more fucking wisdom in teaming, right. Right, and that goes back to Esau's blessing the sword. Them going out to war. That's why most of their budget or their money goes into what war spending. And not towards infrastructure, towards the city, right. And that also fulfills the prophecy of Moab being the wash pot. All right, but the main point that I wanted to bring out, right, is that is that basically, man, the economy's collapsing, like, and what Trump's doing, he's trying to hide that with this trade war, right. But what most people, and I don't know if Trump, whether he knows this or not, right, but like them tariffs, right, that's not gonna do America any favors. Why? Is because China, right, China basically holds, and I might have said this in a previous video, but we're gonna bring this out again. Like, China basically holds 90% of the of those rare minerals, right? Right, that's used to like make your phones, like modern technology, like your phones, the chips in your computer, your smart cars, everything, man. Like China holds 90% of that. They basically have a monopoly on these rare minerals that these companies need, right? And Trump, putting these tariffs, right, that's going to cause like those companies that need those rare minerals to shut down. Because they're not receiving any imports anymore. Why? It's because companies are not willing to pay those high tariff prices, right? And what that's going to do, that's going to cause you to collapse. But guess what? That's what the elite wants anyways. Why? Is to bring in that new CBDC. They like, all this is leading up to the MOTB, right? And once the MOTB hits, then that's when World War three is basically hitting, right? So we're at the door right now, the kingdom's not that far away. I don't even think and we said, and brother, didn't we say this before in the previous video? Like Babylon only has a few months left. We literally have a few months left.
Yeah, I mean, possibly, man. You don't. At the end of the day, we don't know, but we hope that we get like over anything. We hope we get beamed up by the Materials and put in them new spiritual bodies, because this place is completely fucked, man. The women are through. The food is you can't buy any food anymore. I mean, bro, the water, the bread, defiled among the Gentiles, everything's fucked, bro. So we sigh and cry. We hope that we get the fuck out of here, man.
I have a
Over
precept.
anything.
I have two precepts.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is the book of Matthew 24 and 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. And this other precept to back this up is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, and it will not tarry. So, it's ultimately the Lord's timing to come down and destroy this place, but we got to be ready. We got to be on point. We got to continue to do the work, have patience, and have hope and faith. We can't lose sight of that faith, because just as the brother's been saying, you see this in prophecy, like things are really taking full effect, and things are moving fast, and the Lord can make you know what happens in years go by in months, even weeks. And sometimes years will feel like decades. But you can see now that time's moving fast. I don't know about you brothers, but it feels like
It can make a month.
it can make a month. If you wanted to. It feels like 2020 was not too long ago. Maybe
It can make a
5 years.
month feel like a fucking year.
Yeah,
Because you get vexed every day and you want that tormenting to end.
yeah.
Hey, let me tell you, I still remember 2020 like it's yesterday, man. and that was literally 5 years ago when I used to live with my folks. Now, of course, I live with myself. Called Allah Yal Bashim Al Shai, man. But like, that could do this work, man. Without having my folks fucking breathing down my neck. But like, but the point is, man, the Lord speeding times up for prophecy's sake, man. For the elect's sake, Lord, really, we are part of that number, right? All right, and then that's also important. Why we gotta keep constantly bringing out prophecy, because right, so like something new is happening every day, man. Something different's happening every day. As you can see, man, people are getting restless. People are getting violent out here, man. Esau's turning on himself, man. They beating each other up in the streets, in these damn stores, man. I've seen brothers post videos on Instagram, of these Edomites just beating the shit out of each other. We really close, man.
These people are actually bugging out. Like the spirit of crashing out are coming on to them. The spirits of vengeance are taking full effect. Ultimately, us doing the videos speaking about the prophecy, even if it seems like to some, those that don't really care about this, they think it's maybe repetitive. They think we're speaking about the same thing. Well, don't our apostles? What's the phrase that they use about repetition being a good thing?
Yeah. Repetition is the father of skill, man.
Correct. And there's just a verse in Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I had made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. So we got to be mouthpieces of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We see the prophecies. We see what's happening in Babylon, what's happening in the rest of the world. We got to warn everybody because, the elect hasn't fully been sealed yet. There's still people out there that need to hear this. The days are closing, though. It's like the boat's gonna sail soon, but we still got work what we got to do before the famine of the word comes. And then you're not gonna see us out doing camp, doing these lessons. YouTube might be down, So take the time now, Akim, to immerse yourself in the word, immerse yourself in the prophecies, meditate on what's to come, get your mind right. Stand firm in this gospel because you can't take this for granted. We have the apostles and elders, bishops and teachers that have been teaching us, alarming us, waking us up. We got members of the body that are all helping in different ways and fashions. They find out stuff before we do, and they're breaking it down according to these precepts. We got to be thankful for that. We can't just get distracted and just forget about that and focus on this folly of the world because we're at the end.
Hey, that's right, man. And to add on onto like these people crashing out, having that having that sedition amongst each other, which is also another piece that I'm about to bring out. But I'm gonna start out with this one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 14. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right, and Egypt is is another code word synonymous with bondage. Speaking of what, Babylon the Great, America, right? And what do you see right now, man? Like we said before, man. These people, they're fed up. They're beating each other up in the streets. One dude in Pennsylvania, I believe I saw from from this brother's video, he just got detained or arrested. This Edomite man, and he was basically strapped to the teeth, full of firearms and weapons, man. And so these people, they getting ready to crash out, man. Man, these damn racist and hateful Edomites, man. The ones that you're buddy with, man. Watch him turn on your ass, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
because can I say something? The scripture says, never trust thine enemy.
Yeah,
It talks about that. So, all of a sudden you let in Edomites in your congregation, preaching.
4th of July is coming around, and you're still keeping these you're an Israelite. You know you're an Israelite, but you're keeping these, you know, fake holidays. You're keeping the holy days, and then the 4th of July is coming around, and you're keeping that with your so-called Edomite coworkers because they invited you out. And you said, you know what? Why not? Why not? Use righteous discernment,
And
but you don't. You're
next
not
thing you know,
obligated. You're not obligated to going out and doing these things with these people. You got to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Be sober and vigilant because your adversary seeks like a roaring lion to devour you, and that adversary is Esau Edom.
because next thing you know, the Edomites could be eating pork. They could be bringing you, making you take on their customs.
There could be somebody there collecting intel that's a many men crept in unawares, an agent that's there taking intel on you, hearing how you speak, hearing how you act. You don't know this. You really don't know. You gotta be careful. Don't be paranoid. You gotta be prudent. Check your surroundings. Don't go in certain areas. Don't just be going out and just hanging out in places where shit can go down. Where Jake's in their folly and there's chances for shit to get violent. These days you can't be doing that, man. It's just not. It's not worth it. It's not wise. I have a precept. I'll bring it out.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of. I'll bring this one out first. Ephesians 4. The Proverbs 8:34. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my door. So, you're waiting for the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is coming. You're watching earnestly, patiently. You're keeping watch. You're at the doorpost. That's what you want. You got to be on point, man. You can't just get distracted. Oh, I got to go travel. I'm gonna go jet setting, and I'm gonna go, do this one weekend. I'll get back to the word later. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna go out to this concert with my woman. Don't be doing that. You got to be on point. This has to be the first and foremost priority. You gotta keep watch.
And especially nowadays, man, because what do you see? Because things are moving fast, man. Yeah, yeah, boxing. Sorry, he's moving quickly, and let's get that precept.
There's some noise. There's some noise.
Lucky I would call me my mic, brother.
Oh, you're good. All right, but here's the book of Revelation, chapter 22, starting at verse 12. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, and they that have right to the tree of life, and may enter through the gates into the city. And that's what we want to be, man. We want to have that right to the tree of life. We want to enter the gates of the city, right? We want to enter into the kingdom in the first go around. And how are we gonna do that? By getting beamed up in them chariots and getting them new spiritual bodies, man. Getting saved from the coming destruction that's about to befall in Babylon the Great. Why? Because our sins have reaches unto heaven, man.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's right, man. Like, what other nation on earth has done the most wicked? Polluted the entire planet with fucking trash, man. At least all this fucking vomit and poison, and I'm speaking of their fucking wicked philosophies, man, like fucking feminism and homosexuality, man, and all this adultery and crap, right? What nation's been pushing out this lifestyle? What nation goes into other countries, rape, robs, kills, steals people's shit, and enforces their way of life, their fucking democracy, man.
Yeah, it's just this, and the list goes on and on. It never ends. There's just so much shit, so much wicked shit everywhere he fucking goes, and you want to just be, you want to just like build up here. You want to think that this is gonna last forever. We want to get out of this place, man. This place is fucking hell, man. Okay? To all you Christians, man, out there that believe this place is good, that the Lord is going to come back and he's going to save everybody, he's going to love everybody. That's not how it works. Not how it works at all. Actually, I have a precept to back up what you said in Revelation that kind of ties in. If I could bring this out, it's Ephesians 4, 1 through 3. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing another in love, in devouring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in hope of your calling. So it says, we're prisoners of the Lord, man. We're prisoners of hope. We got to walk worthy of our calling. We got to walk, with meekness and long suffering. And I want to bring out the vocation and the Strongs, if I may. I don't know if you want to bring it out on your end, but the vocation means calling, an invitation to a feast, the divine invitation to embrace the salvation of Yahweh. So we've been given this calling. This is the gift. This is something that we didn't come to on our own. We were gifted it at the appointed time. We're invited. We're given that wedding gift. We're invited to the wedding. But we gotta still do the work while we're here, and that's a beautiful thing, man. We're invited to Yahweh Shai's wedding. Just imagine the day that you're there, man, just in peace and blissfulness. You don't have to be in this fucking flesh anymore, man. This vexing. You don't gotta be yelled at by your Edomite boss. You don't gotta be worrying about your family members getting sick and dying, all ailments and stiffness, and not being able to pay bills on time, or your woman fucking disrespecting you. Everything's gonna be in righteous order. Everything's gonna be in perfect peace. You're gonna be last. Your soul is gonna live forever. You're never gonna die. I mean, just imagine that. You know, we want that. We want to be at that wedding. We're invited there to the feast. We gotta just continue to stay diligent. We gotta continue to just stay meek. Seek this righteousness, stand firm in this truth. Pay attention to the signs to come, and most of all, warn others. Gotta go out. We gotta do the work. We gotta be seeking wisdom daily. We still got work to do, man. We can't stop now. All the Akim out there that are kind of sitting down on the sidelines, like they hear about this. This is your time to get out and to continue to do your part in some way, shape, or form. You got to do your part for the body. Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like you're not worthy enough, because you are. If the Lord's calling you, you are. And I'm speaking to one of you out here that are listening. I'm talking to you. Don't get discouraged. Because the brothers are all there. They're going to help you along the way if you're sincere, and you're doing this in charity, and you're doing this in the righteous manner. We all got work to do.
That's right, man. And like and just to recap on what you said, man. We like we you Jake, man, don't be a doggone wallflower, as the brother says, man. You could start on like simple precepts, man. Like the milk scriptures, like the whole curses of Deuteronomy. What the Lord looks like. Breaking down John 3:16. On these doggone Christians. Not that we're supposed to argue with them, but simple stuff, right? Introducing Yahweh Shai, to those new believers. If they get it, they get it. But if they don't get it, you just keep moving on, right?
Yeah. You wipe the dust off your feet, and you preach to those that are willing to hear. But exactly, don't be a bench warmer. Don't be a wallflower. If you're a championship winning team, and you're just that guy that just sat on the bleachers and didn't do anything. Maybe you tapped in for a little bit, and you maybe, but then when it's time to lift up the championship, the title, you want to be a part of it, but you didn't do nothing to contribute, you know. And if I may say something, brother, you know, some of us are new, some of us, you know, want to go out and we don't know where to start. You could even do 5-10 minute lessons, short, quick, to the point lessons, you know, and post them, and they will be heard, but it's, you know, they will be edifying us, and you know, in some shape, form, or fashion, you know. If you're not ready to just go out on the line, because yeah, you can still do lessons, and you can still do quick, you know, quick showers, so to speak. You know, just do your part. You know, even give encouraging words, or prayers, or healing if you're good with the herbs. You know.
Yeah. Small things, right? But 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 with that said, right? We're gonna play a couple clips of of what's been going down in between Israel and Iran. But before we show those videos, of course we are gonna get the copyright disclaimer, and we're also gonna get this video from Instagram, that basically exposes these Amalekites, these fake double O J double O ish people, right? So, so again, this is the copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So with that out of the way, we are going to get these videos. So let me see video topics, or let's see. Where I put these videos. Oh, she's coming to pass. There it is. It's not it. Maybe it was. All right, here it is. All right, I'm gonna place it right here.
We begin here with breaking news.
These videos aren't very long. They're short, straight to the point, like a couple of minutes, 3 minutes at most, or 5 minutes. But I'm gonna share my screen so you brothers can watch. Application. All right, here it is.
News out of the Middle East, dozens of people injured after Iran launched missiles at Israel.
This comes a day after Israel attacked Iran in an unprecedented show of force. And now the U.S. military is getting involved. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Grande joining us live in studio with those new details right now. Carlos?
Well, that's right. Iran launching a second round of missiles toward Israel. This is in response after Israel struck Iran early Friday morning, knocking out some of its nuclear and military facilities. Iran says 78 people were killed. At least 5 people have been injured from the Iranian attacks on Israel. Sirens sounding across Israel as Iran launches an attack. A short time later, you could see explosions lighting up the sky over Tel Aviv. Israel's defense system, known as Iron Dome, knocking down Iranian missiles. Israel's military says dozens of missiles have been fired by Iran, and the explosions are from interceptions or crashes. Some missiles, however, are getting through. These images show one building on fire after it was hit. You can also see emergency services moving into the area surrounded by debris and charred vehicles. Earlier, Israel launched attacks on the heart of Iran's nuclear and military structure. It used warplanes and drones they say were previously smuggled into the country to attack key facilities and to kill top generals and scientists. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says this was necessary before Iran got any closer to building an atomic weapon.
The Islamic regime, which has oppressed you for nearly 50 years, threatens to destroy my country, the State of Israel. The objective of Israel's military operation is to remove this threat, both the nuclear threat and the ballistic missile threat to Israel.
Among the key sites Israel attacked was Iran's main nuclear enrichment facility in Natanz. In addition, 3 of Iran's top military leaders were killed, including one who oversaw the entire armed forces. Iran confirmed the deaths. Officials in Washington stress the U.S. is not involved in the attack. One official does confirm the U.S. is assisting in shooting down missiles targeting Israel. And the big concern is the potential for full-scale conflict in the region. President Trump, who for months is trying to broker a nuclear deal with Iran, warned Benjamin Netanyahu not to escalate the tension. I'm Carlos Granda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, and basically you have it there, man. What you see right now is the least of the flock. Drawing them out. Speaking of these Amalekites, right? And yes, the Iron Dome proves that these are not the children of the Lord, man. Because as Elder Malcolm always brings out, when the children of the Lord, right, when they return, back to the Holy Land, there's gonna be no more war, man. They're gonna be at peace, and they're gonna dwell in peace and safety alone, not having a fucking Iron Dome, not with the aid of America. No, man. Let's get that precept for edification. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 28. Israel then shall dwell in peace and safety alone. Actually, let's start at verse 27. The eternal God Yahweh is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. He shall thrust out the enemy before thee, and shall destroy and shall say, destroy them. Israel shall then dwell in peace and safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, Israel, who's like unto thee, O people, saved by the Lord Yahweh Shai, the shield of thy help, who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and shall tread upon their high places. And didn't Benjamin Netanyahu or Benjamin Milkowski or they say that Iran's been attacking. It's like, no, nigga, you've been attacking Iran. This man's such a fucking ass clown, man. That he's exposing himself. He literally exposed himself on live television, man. It goes to show you, man, that there is no more wisdom in teaming. These motherfuckers are stupid, man. Constantly spending their money on wars versus spending their money on infrastructure here, man. Let me read you this clip from Global Impulse, that we showed in the beginning, right? Right. Let me see. 9 hours in China. 9 hours to rebuild a railway station in China, right? U.S. 20 years to rebuild a damn bridge. In China, 28 hours to construct a 10-story apartment block. 16 years to build a tunnel. 10 days to build a mobile cabin hospital, right? 3 years to build a 14 millimeter squared public toilet, which cost 1.7 million taxpayers' money. Supposedly.
Bro, what?
It goes to show you how fucking stupid the average American is, man. And let's you know what, let's get that since we brought this scripture. KJV is there no more? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Sabaoth, meaning his army. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yeah, man, their wisdom is vanished, man. These people are literally at their wits' end, man. Why? Is because we're at the end of their rulership, man. Well, we're at the end of their bounds, man. Man, as the scripture says, for Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob's the beginning of that followeth, man. Man, we are witnessing, we are witnessing the downfall of our enemy in real time, man. It is an absolute beautiful thing to see, man. we've been waiting so damn long to see to see the fall of Esau Edom, right? And basically, man, everyone's shitting on this devil, including his own people. And man, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It's such a beautiful thing to see, right? All right. So we're gonna play a couple more videos, and then we're gonna end this lesson off. Let's see here. All right. Skip ad.
World War III likely just started, as I don't know how we can stay out of this. As yesterday, Israel launched a preemptive strike against Iran, striking several parts of their capital, Tehran.
Oh, wow.
And also the Natanz nuclear facility, as they successfully struck several sites across the country. With CNN reporting, they took out all of their top generals.
There are very high chances that the entire Iranian general staff, including the head of the Iranian general staff of the Iranian military, and several senior Iranian nuclear scientists, were all eliminated in the Israeli strikes tonight.
Able to strike incredibly accurately as they stage the attack from inside.
Similar to the pager operation that Israel carried out last year in Lebanon, this one also took years of planning. The mission included Mossad smuggling vehicles and drones into Iran, setting up a drone base in Iran, and activating the drones this morning to hit Iran's surface-to-air missiles.
Which really makes you wonder why the US allows our adversaries to own so much land near our military bases. And not to get too ahead of ourselves, as a single strike doesn't necessarily mean American soldiers are being sent overseas. But right after the attack, a Republican senator said, "Game on." The only people tweeting "game on" are those who know for certain they themselves aren't being sent to the front lines. As Secretary of State Marco Rubio wrote, Israel took action against Iran. We are not involved, and our top priority is protecting American forces, ending it with, Iran should not target the US. I agree with the sentiment of, we didn't attack you, so don't retaliate against us. But honestly don't know how effective that message could be, with President Trump immediately stating he gave Iran several chances to make a deal, but they couldn't get it done, and certain Iranians spoke bravely, but are now no longer alive. So the next planned attack will be much more brutal, but they had the time to stop it. So Iran must make a deal, save themselves, and do it before it's too late. And I get what he's doing, making a statement from a position of power. It's just unfortunate that every single message pretty much expects America to be held responsible for that initial attack. As right after, Iran sent hundreds of rockets into Tel Aviv, where their Iron Dome was successfully blocking several of them. But apparently, some of these hypersonic rockets were able to get through, with several civilian structures being hit. As even apartment complexes were damaged in the attack.
There we're seeing one of the impacts in an apartment building in Tel Aviv. The building on fire, the entire facade of it torn off.
And as the barrages continued, Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst had to evacuate.
Yaniv, get ready to pull it off the sticks. Get off the sticks. All right, let's go. Time to go. Okay. Guys, come on, everyone move. Everyone move now.
And even as of recording this, rockets continue to successfully hit the city, with the Daily Mail reporting at least 7 sites were hit, including residential buildings, but also ramping up their coverage of which American cities would perish in a nuclear attack. I understand a bit of fear-mongering is to be expected, but when do we go from overblowing the situation to preparing accordingly, as the former Secretary of State essentially expects an event to occur somewhere in the world?
Well, indeed, there may be an event somewhere in the world. It's not just the missiles or drones they'll fly to Israel, but
The Iranian IRGC, the very leadership the Israelis destroyed last night, has been working in nearly every country around the world, including the United States of America, to plant little terror cells all across the world.
With Tony Saruga concerned, they may already be activating sleeper cells in our country, as I honestly don't know what to believe, other than I know a lot of civilians are about to suffer, and I hope it doesn't come down to sending American soldiers to lose their life in some conflict overseas. So even though I'd like to have lighthearted commentary about an impending nuclear World War III, the best I got is how we can accurately predict military activity by closely monitoring pizza companies near the Pentagon as the top brass is all ordering delivery, simultaneously not having the time to visit a very specific bar. I'm not exactly certain how they realize that correlation, but it is peak 2025 to be able to predict military moves by what's essentially a pineapple pizza index. So hopefully this all fizzles out.
All right, so we're just gonna stop the video there. All right, let's get this preset. At least. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that he taketh against Babylon and his purpose, that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And yeah, and that's literally what you see right before your face, man. You know what DJ T's doing, DJ T basically exposed America for taking responsibility for basically killing them Iranian officials, right? Aiding Israel. So what do you think? So what the fuck do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna happen soon, man. Well.
Yes. I mean, bro, like they've been speaking about this for so long. Like, how do I say this? Like, they've been like preparing people like with predictive programming and foreshadowing. Like something's gonna happen, you know.
And
Something
brother,
happen, man.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if by the 4th of July things ramp up even more and they try to tie in that, that Babylonian patriotism right before war, and let's honor our troops and blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Fucking bullshit,
They haven't done any event. I mean, they did it, with the whole 2020, 2019, thing, right? But like a attack on the United States, they haven't made any, events, since, back in 2001. You know what I'm saying? So something's gonna happen, and they're gonna flip the fuck out. That's how you get order out of chaos. You start the chaos first, and then you bring in the orders, and then that's how they're gonna tie in those drafts and everything too.
And the best part is, man, like the scriptures are speaking on this, right? Right, they about to have that war in Armageddon. So I'm gonna read the book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 12. So, all right, the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. Dragon representing Esau. Out of the mouth of the beast and out of the mouth of the false prophet, and the false prophet represents the Roman Catholic Church, and those 3 unclean frog-like spirits represents the Vatican, Washington D.C. and London. Vatican representing Esau's spiritual control. Washington D.C. represents Esau's military might, and London, formerly London was Esau's economic might, but but as we see right now, that's definitely falling or has fallen. And now we about to see the rest of Esau's kingdom fall. You know, the vacuum right now is pretty much, you know, is becoming irrelevant. And the only thing he has left is his sword, man. Man, so Armageddon's on the way. So, and if you continue to read down verse 15, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, at least he walk naked, and they see his shame. Meaning what? What does it mean to keep our garments, right? Is to what, is what, by us doing this work, us keeping the laws to the best of our abilities, man. Through faith. That's us keeping our garments, right? All right. So, verse 16, and he gathered them together into a place in the Hebrew tongue called Armageddon. Mahatma Wagan one. So let's get that in the Strongs. All right.
Strong's G 717. Harmageddon.
Harmageddon, the hill or city of Megiddo. All right, let's see.
Strong's H 2022. Hair.
Har.
Strong's H 4023. Megiddo. Second entry. Megiddon.
Armageddon, Harmageddon. So basically a hill. A hill of bodies, a place of crowds. Yeah. Basically, right. Yahweh's Shabbat, right? Yahweh's judgment. It's gonna be a mountain of bodies because that's where a lot of people are gonna get judged. That's where a lot of people are gonna fucking die, man. When Yahweh shine, when the elect and the new spiritual bodies, that's what the fuck's gonna happen, right? When we come down, man, we gonna tear these other nations the fuck up, man. They gonna be torn up. They gonna be beaten to fucking powder, man. Man, it's gonna look like that one scene from Berserk, man. Like, you just see nothing but what, mountains and mountains and mountains and mountains and mountains of fucking bodies.
What does the scripture say? That their children shall be dashed to pieces, right? So even children, man, you're gonna see dead children, bro. Because the Lord's not a respecter of persons, so we're literally gonna see judgment every man, woman, children. Pretty looking people, that too.
They ain't gonna be pretty when they're dead.
Yeah. The Lord ain't gonna give a fuck. Because if you ain't following Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, he's gonna fucking destroy you. Because a lot of these people, they were in the house of mirth, they were in the house of feasting. When they should have gotten these scriptures prepared. They should have been put in that work to understand these scriptures, But this truth wasn't even ordained to them to begin with.
And before we end this video off, we're gonna play one last clip. This is gonna be from Instagram. If it can play.
State of emergency after striking Iran's capital. How can you hit someone then scream like you're the one who has been hit? Typical behavior from these bastards. In case you were wondering what U.S. representatives had to say about the event, they all unsurprisingly joined in unison to show their support to Israel. I feel sorry for all Americans. Your government is occupied by the same force which occupies Palestine. These representatives are like literal bots, shelling out the same empty lines, displaying their worship of a foreign nation over their own. You British folk aren't left out of this death cult either. Why is Britain intervening on behalf of a belligerent risking world war? How much does this intervention cost the taxpayer? Why is it never debated in Parliament? If Israel decided to attack Iran, why is Britain protecting Israel? Israel attacks a regional power during U.S. nuclear negotiations amidst a genocide on a captive population, bombing Yemen and Lebanon whilst occupying Syria, and they're still classed as the victims? Fuck these guys. Israel has been stoking a war with Iran since the 90s.
So you basically heard it right there, man. These motherfuckers are through. So we're gonna end off the video on this scripture. How are the things of this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They eat thy bread and laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him. And yeah, that's where we are right now, man. Esau, man, Edom, they completely through. There's no more wisdom. They have no more understanding. These people are at their wits' end. Yeah, all right, unless you brothers have anything else to say, we're gonna end off the video there.
Brother, yeah, that's it.
All right, so hope this video lesson was edifying, and straight to the point. And with that, we like to say, call Halayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, all right, double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who well and taught us this truth. All right, peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3, Jabal Salah.
Brother Barak.
With that, I'd like to say Shalom.
Shalom.